Hello and welcome to Shredder Zoo. Thank you for joining me today for the second installment this weekend. We are going to be carrying on with the reptile house that we started yesterday. We've got pretty much, it's all kind of done. All that's really left to do is to decorate it. It looks a little bit, it's all samey, it's all the same kind of colour, it's all this Adobe stuff. There's no decorations in it at all. It needs to be improved, and of course if we go inside, we'll see that lots needs to be done. There's basically nothing in the enclosures other than the dinos. So we've got one Megalaniel, there's a rogue wall in there, I need to get rid of that, and one Thorny Dragon. So yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of decorating, and depending on how quickly we get it done, if it gets done quicker than I expect, we may have a chance to update an old enclosure, but we're not too sure. We'll have to see how it goes first. So the only things that I've done since the last episode is to add these railings on at the front here, and I've added a couple of railings on, the exit are there, and also I've covered the outside of the wall, or the outside of the building with the walls. I did a little bit of that at the end of the last episode. It just kind of gives the wall a more uniform look, because underneath here is mostly foundations, and so I can just show you just in case you didn't see last episode. Oh no, it's taken away the foundation. I don't want that. Okay. Oh no, that foundation was so difficult to place. That was a really bad thing to happen. Let's try and put that back, and I'll try and show you. Oh god, it's not going to go now, is it? These are so difficult to place. There we go. So that's what it did look like. The walls are slightly, they come out a little bit further. So I basically just covered the entire wall with the walls, just to give it a flat look. And I reckon we can paint it. That might be the first thing we actually do. Maybe we could give it a bit of a paint. Maybe, I don't know, I have to experiment with some colours. I think that's probably a good thing to start off with. Let's get some paint on this bad boy. Okay, so the first task is done. It hasn't really turned out how I wanted it. I mean, I'm happy with the colour. It kind of makes it look a bit like it's either algae growth, maybe a plant that's growing over it, that sort of thing, or it's just kind of, you know, it's just a paint colour. And I do like the patchy paintwork that you get on the Adobe. But the weird thing is, these extra walls that I've put down, they're invisible. It says they're foundations, and they will not take paint. Even if I try this, for example, and I'll paint it, it comes up with a foundation that's underneath. So these walls, it's impossible to actually paint them, which is a bit of a weird glitch, which means the whole point of putting them there, to make this look like one flat wall, it's kind of been undone, because all the extra ones that I've put, they're now there for everyone to see anyway. I mean, maybe it looks like a paint design, maybe we could live with it, I don't really know. And the other downside is, because I went along with the spray gun, just kind of going along and just just spraying everything. You can see they don't take paint, but what has happened is they've painted the foundations underneath, which on some rows have shown up, so they've actually come through like this, which is slightly annoying. So I think what we'll try and do is we'll paint the inside a different colour anyway. I think we're going to go with this blue colour. I think that might look quite nice. Let's just give that a try. Oh, hang on. I put it on the paintbrush. What am I doing? Sorry, silly me. Put it into there. So we'll have like a kind of a blue paint walkway. I think that would look. It's just something different anyway. So I'm just going to do that. What about these stairs? So they take paint? Not in that region anyway. So we'll just go along and we'll just paint these like this, and that shouldn't show out outside. And also I'll need to go in. I don't know what to do about the inside of these guys, because they've now been painted. So it's a little frustrating how that's happened, but we're going to have to just work around it. It would be so much work to actually. I'd have to take out all these foundations, then paint the walls, then put the foundations back. It's just too much work. I can't do that. I don't have time to mess around with that sort of thing. So hopefully that blue is not going to show on the outside. No, it doesn't. So that's fine. I guess we can do that. Maybe we'll do it like that. Yeah, so we'll just have to live with it like that, unfortunately. Right, so anyway, we're going to move on to the next stage now. We're going to just try and I'll get the outside done first. What I'm going to do is put some pillars in the corners. That kind of breaks up the kind of big flat areas. That should look quite nice. And then, then I guess we'll move on to the inside. We'll see how it looks. Okay, there we go. Instantly that makes it look so much better. I'm going to leave them unpainted because I think it breaks up the paint and it makes them stand out. Basically, all I've done is every time there's a change of height or a corner, I've placed the row pillars. So every time that goes from flat to sloped and back to flat again, those pillars, and I've placed them in the corners as well. So like inside corners, outside corners. I haven't done it here because we've got these double doorways in this place for their own kind of pillars. So I've left those ones out. But I think that looks pretty cool. I like it. Right, so I think we need to do something from the inside. We can come back later to the outside. Maybe we can put in some more decorations all around the outside, some benches or something for people to sit down on, or some decorative plants. It's a little bit awkward here because those grounds are so sloped, but we might be able to get something done. So anyway, inside, the best thing we need to do is just to start decorating. We're going to get these done. So we're going to go with desert themed. That's why I've built the whole thing out of Adobe. So we'll do desert themes on each enclosure. So I guess we'll start off with the snakes. And we'll put in a few bits and pieces. I've still got to try and think what to do with the floor. I mean, I could paint the floor. The whole point of using Adobe is because it's kind of sandy coloured. I know what I could do, in actual fact, if I've still got my dyes on me. We could go with the orange colouring because that's really not that different from the actual Adobe. It just goes through here, and we'll just see what it looks like if I paint that. It's a little bit brighter. Have we got something? I think we've got a darker red. Or what about the brick colouring? That might work quite nice. It's a little bit more red than I'd want, but that might. Guess that could work. Let's just see what it looks like. I wouldn't, obviously normally have painted it at all, but maybe that could break up the enclosures if I have a slightly different colour floor. Give it a go. We'll cover up a lot of this stuff with vegetation anyway. Just want to get rid of that the green really. I didn't want it to be green. Because we're doing desert theme. Oh, that's going to look different because that's a ceiling, not a foundation, because that was the only foundation that I just could not get placed. Never mind, that's fine. And then we've got this one here. Doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. Oh god, we're going to have to do these as well. We can just do these ones. How does that go through? Well, we'll see in a moment. Okay, let's get this enclosure decorated. I'm going to have a look through the Ecos mods, see what we've got, and we'll place some things in about. Okay, so I've pulled out a selection of desert bushes and cactus, or cacti, and we'll have a go at placing them around. So the first one I'll put in, let's have a look here. We've got this big old cactus. Now, it's a little bit tall, it's going to go through the roof, unless of course I can fit it in. It might be quite nice if we can put it in towards the back here, like in the middle of this one. How's that going to look? Okay. Oh, I think it might just work. I don't think that's going to go through. May just go through the wall a little bit, but I think that's alright. That'll look pretty good at the back there. So the other ones should be smaller. Let's have a look. What's this one? Oh, this is kind of a bush type thing. Come on, place. Oh yeah, I like those. I do like those for the desert. We've also got various things. These are pretty cool. I like those a lot. We'll have this reasonably sparse. Just have a few little things dotted here and about. I really do like the desert themes. It's just so easy to do. There's just so much that you can do with the desert theme, and it looks pretty good just placed on the floor. Whereas some things, if you had like a stone floor, when you put like I was doing in the live stream the other day, by placing plants on like a stone floor or a wooden floor, it doesn't always look right. But I think for some reason, to me anyway, you might not agree with me, but I think things look pretty natural placed on top of an Adobe floor. Let's stick in a bunch of these. We'll stick like a little row of these in the middle. Oh yeah, that looks really good actually. Like this, give them somewhere to hide from the visitors. And I can't jump over here. Let's put in a few more of these. I do like these little Argo ferns. I'll dot those around a bit. I just think the desert theme is just so easy to do. I really like it. It just looks really nice. Stick a few more of these. Let's stick a little patch of these in. little yucca flowers. Now, it is yucca, isn't it? The yuccas are, it's an edible thing. You can eat the roots of that. Something like that anyway. Oh yeah, stick a few of these dead bushes in, that'd be quite nice. So we don't need to do too much in here. I think that looks pretty good. I wish I could have just a little bit of water. I wish you could add water in this game. It would open up a whole range of stuff. Let's stick in a couple more of these flowers about. Let's do one just sort of here. Just add a little bit of colour, a little bit of decoration. Perfect. Okay, how's that look? That's not too bad. Let me come out. I'll just have to go some way out again. I haven't built any way for zookeepers to get in, but I think we'll be okay. I think we could do something just at the front here. Let's stick in another one of those. What about some more of those cactus actually? We don't have many of these in. Let's stick another one of... Oh, that's not a cactus. Let's actually just pick that up. What's the cactus? That's the cactus. This is what I want. Let's go through the glass. Place that there. They get a little bit of colour as well actually. We'll stick another one there. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. I think we'll stick with that. Yep, that looks pretty good. Right, so let's move on to the next one. The Megalania. So first of all, I'm going to get rid of this wall because we don't need that. And then we need to think about the floor. So that has come through. So if I paint this floor, it's going to end up being a different colour. So I could either do it all the same or do it a different colour. And then that will come through onto the wall here as well. So I'm thinking actually maybe we probably should do it all the same. It might just work better. So let's have a go at doing this. So I'll paint this floor and then we'll get it decorated. So we can just get rid of this green, that's the main thing. Yeah, and then we'll have to do this as well, do this wall. At least the bottom. Oh, that's painted as well, so in that case we may have to do the entire thing. But yeah, so okay, so let me just get that done quickly. Okay, so I've painted the floors, I've also painted the walls as well, and I've gone through and I've also painted the Thorny Dragons enclosure as well, so that's ready for us. So this one's a little bit higher, so we can probably get some more of these in as well, so we can actually put these in pretty much anywhere, so we'll actually stick in a few more of these, because I really like these little cactus things. I'll stick another one somewhere at the back, like this, and so I think those three will probably do, and then we'll stick in a load of these kind of tall bushes. I quite like these ones, and oh yes, the desert themes are so. I really enjoy these desert themes. When I did the small animal house, a lot of those were desert themed as well, and they were just really good to do. Just enjoyed doing those ones. So we'll just stick these down. Looks quite good. Quite like that. And we'll stick another one over here. So we'll put in some of these cactuses. They will add a splash of colour to the enclosure as well. And then what we could do is then put in a few of the desert flowers, just to add another variation of colour. So these, I think it's going pretty quickly actually. It's not going to take too long to do this at all. Really quite pleased. There we go. How does that look? Yeah, looks pretty awesome. I like it. We'll put something at the front here. What are we? Oh, I know we haven't used any of these yet. Let's stick in a couple of these just to kind of add a little bit of variety. We'll put one at the back over here. Lovely. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We'll go with that. And okay, yeah. If you are enjoying the video, please do leave a like. I do enjoy reading feedback, so if you have any comments and things, stick it in the comment section. And yeah, let any feedback on what you think about these enclosures. I think these are going to look pretty good. I think we'll get this done pretty quickly. So let's move on to the Thorny Dragon. So again, this one is quite tall, so I reckon that we can do the taller cactus. I might even be able to have a look. Maybe we can put in something different. Let me have a quick look at my list here. We'll see what we've got here. There's a couple. I'll just spawn in a couple of different cactuses. See what these are like. These are a little bit different. Let's put that one on number 1 slot. Did I get the other one? Oh, I tried to get another one. Let's have another go. There we go. What's that one? Or is that the one? Oh no, that's the one we've already got. I've just been sorting on those. That's the one I already chose. So what's this one like then? Oh, that's a tiny little flower. Okay, globe banner flowers. Oh, they're quite nice. We'll stick a couple of them about. Come on, place. But I want to try and find some other cactus. Okay, so I found this cactus. This is a slightly different one. A little bit bigger than the smaller barrel cactus that we had. This is a hedgehog cactus. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. We'll stick in a couple of those, just to kind of give this one a bit of a variety. We've also got these, which are some different flowers as well. Well, I'll say flowers. It's flowering. It's kind of... Oh, I don't know what that would be. A desert night fork. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with what those plants are. If they're real plants, you have to let me know if you know anything about plants. I'm not really a gardener myself, especially with exotic things like cactus. So let's put in, I want to put in another couple of these little orangey flowers. They're quite cool. That's quite nice. Right, we need some of these bushes. Actually running low. This is my last one of these, so we'll have to get some more of them. Spawn a few in. Dead bush. We'll see if I can just grab a few more of those. There we go. Spawned another 10 of them. Oops, wrong ones. Here we go. I like these dead bushes. There was actually something else. What else is the other one? There's a briar bush. I think that's in the main one, not it's not in the Scorched Earth decor one. It's in the main, or the Eco's trees, the sort of standard ones. But that might look quite nice. I might see if I can grab some of those. There you go. This is what I was talking about. Yeah, that's kind of it's like a deadish type thing, sort of thing. All dried up. You might kind of find in the desert. Stick a couple of them about. Just give this enclosure just something slightly different. We can stick a couple of these. These are the dead bushes. Have we got any more of them? No, I've used up those. Okay, a couple of these flowers in here. What else can we do? Let's put in some more of these taller ones. And we'll stick one over at the edge there. And let's put in one of those. Yeah, that's okay. We'll do that. Another one of them. What else can we do? Here we go. Some of the Argave ferns, quite nice, like these ones. Let's put some over here. I won't put much over here because that's where our Thorny Dragon is. Here we go. Right, okay, well I think that's probably about all we need. Let's have a quick look. Let's go back to ghost mode and we'll get out of here again. And then I'll drop down to walk. Here we go. So I can see I've put I've changed the windows. I don't know if I mentioned that one, but obviously made the one big window, and we've given it the slight transparency, a slight tint to it, so we can see the sheen, so it makes it look like glass. But there we go. So that's that one. Just about see him there. If only I could put in water, just to have a little bit of a pool they can drink from. It'd be amazing. And there's the Megalania. That looks pretty good. I don't think I want to add any more. These are reasonably small enclosures for such large animals, so I've already had quite a few requests for names for these, and obviously the Thorny Dragon is already named. It is Neo Flame, so I don't even have that one to name for you, so no one's going to get a Thorny Dragon. We've only got the one Megalania. One snake is already named. We've got one snake as well, so there's only 3 potential names in this enclosure, so a few people are going to be disappointed, but I will try and get everybody in as best I can. But there are still plenty of terror birds. What else? There's also a Paracertharium which I added in the live stream, so we've got one of those to name as well. I'm not going to do... yeah, tell you what, we'll take a quick break and I'm going to name 2 dinosaurs, and then we'll carry on with decorating the outside of this thing, I think. Right, the first one I'm going to do, I'm naming my last Mesopithecus. This one is Dummers, and that was named after Josh Dumbrell. That was his nickname, and he wanted any animal in the zoo to be called that, so we've gone for the last Mesopithecus. So just in case you're wondering, we have 2 Gigantopithecus that need names, and we also have some terror birds that need names. So that's all we're going to do. That's just the one name that I wanted to do, I think, for this episode. Just to kind of, it's one I meant to do yesterday, but I forgot. So that's for you. Yeah. So if you want anything named after you, please do put down in the comment section. Now I'm being a little bit more strict about it because I have limited number of dinos, and a lot of people do ask for it. I am only going to be naming them if they're after yourself. You know, after your real name or your screen name for YouTube. That's really all I want to do. So if you don't ask for something that's named just because you think it's a good name, unless it's your name, then it's not going to get chosen. So that's the kind of new rules that I'm going to go for, just to kind of try and keep people happy and get everybody done as we can, and also one per person as well. So if you've had one done already, I would like to give priority to people who haven't had one done. So you can see how long things take to render in. And it kind of you get a few problems. We've got so many structures in the area now. It just takes such a long time to render in. And we had an issue. Oh god, yeah. The issue we have, which quickly goes through here, is the snakes. They're quite annoying for this. They actually fall right down here. They fall right into the structures, like 2 foundations down. But I think if we actually just kind of punch them, there they come back, and the other one's over here somewhere. There it is. So they don't like it, but it's fine. You shouldn't go through the floors. It's not my fault. Don't look at me like that. I'm sorry. Just don't go through the floor, and you'll be fine. All right. Anyway, so yeah, so we have a bit of problem with structures rendering in. Is this one rendered in yet? Yeah. So you're fine, and you're back onto the floor. That's good. I don't have to punch you. Good. Right, so let's get a little bit more decoration done for the outside. You have to let me know what you think about the colour scheme in here. I'm not entirely convinced by this blue floor. Don't know if that works at all. Well, we'll come back to that. Let me know in the comment section. We can always change it next episode if you don't like it. So I want to put a little bit more decoration on the outside just to finish off this episode. I think we're actually getting quite close to time now. Oh, more lockups. Every time I look in a new direction, it's pretty bad. I need a new computer. I need more memory, a more powerful processor, I think, to kind of cope with the number of structures I've got in this the zoo. Come on, we can do it. I'll come back when it's done. Okay, and we're back. Okay, so right, I've got a few benches. We're going to place them around the place. I don't know if it's much point we can put a bench here, I guess. I don't know why anyone would want to sit here. I guess actually you might get a decent look. You're sitting here, I guess you could look at the Therizino enclosure. You can't really see them very well from down the hill, but you might want to just sit down and have a little picnic while you're waiting for your family to come and join you. Maybe people who don't like snakes, they might want to wait outside here. Although, to be honest, in this zoo, snakes are the least scary things around. Stick a few more benches around just to kind of give somewhere for people to sit. Kind of makes it look quite nice. And this is going to be the awkward bit, because let's have a look. Our bench is going to sink through the floor a bit, isn't it? It doesn't look too bad if we can get it to there. That isn't too bad. I can't imagine it would be particularly comfortable to sit on at that point. But yeah, we'll have to see what we can do with that. And we'll put in a few more. Yeah, they don't look great, do they, at this point? But the further up we go, the flatter it gets. So I think the better it will look. So we'll just try and get them roughly up against the wall. Yeah, so now we're getting the other issue where they're floating on the ground. Okay, well that's fine. We'll put those there. That's a few benches. You can actually get a much better view. Actually, this would be quite a nice place to sit. You can really see the Therizinos a lot better here as well. So that's pretty good. So the other thing I want to do is I'll put some plants in between the bushes. I think would look quite nice. Okay, so I've got a couple here that I think would look really quite nice. We've got these ones, which we placed a few of these over by the Dimorphodon enclosure, and a load of them are also in the primate house. And I think it just looks really nice. I like them a lot. We've also got, not those, we've done those already. This, which again we're going to need to find somewhere a bit flatter to place. It's a bit frustrating. I think we might be able to get away with that there. It's not too bad, but that looks quite nice with some sort of ferns and things in there. Looks pretty good. We'll stick, let's try another one of these in the middle here. Like that. It's not too bad. Hopefully that's not, oh, that might go through the wall a little bit. we'll wander inside and see what it looks like in a moment. And we'll stick another one of these over here as well. That looks pretty good. Okay. We might even be able to put things inside. Has that come through the wall? No, you know what? That looks alright. I think we've got away with that one. That's pretty good. So I guess we would put some benches in here as well. Let's have a look here. We'll put in a couple of benches. I don't know whether would people want to sit and watch a snake, because to be honest, when I've been to the zoo, snakes don't tend to do much. They just kind of sit there and they don't really move a great deal. But I guess some people might like them. I mean, I love snakes. I don't mean I don't like snakes, but watching them is not the most interesting thing. Now, can that fit in there? Yeah, that looks pretty good. And we'll stick on. These might be a little bit more interesting, but again, with reptiles, they quite often they don't do a huge amount because they are cold-blooded and they have very slow metabolisms. They tend not to expend much energy by moving. It's just the way they are. Let's stick in this one. Oh, that fits that really quite nicely at this little point. Right, we move over a little bit. Perfect. And up here, Thorny Dragons. Again, I don't know how much they would move. Probably be about the same, I would imagine. If anybody has any, I don't know, do you have them as pets? Are they a not pet? I know that you can get bearded dragons, so it's not quite the same thing. But I don't know whether you can get the Thorny Dragons as pets, or whether they're just like a desert species of lizard. Yeah, I have to look up that one. I have to find out a bit more about them. Let's stick this one over in the corner here. That might look quite nice. Try and cover up that ground a bit as well. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Oh, that looks pretty nice. That's actually made this place look a lot better. Well, that bench was a bit out. Let's just move this bench back a bit. It was a little bit too far away from the wall. Try and get a bit closer. Like, oh, come on, steady hand, steady hand. There we go. Not too bad, that'll do. Right, okay, well, you know what? I think we're done. I think we're done. If you have any more suggestions as to is anything else we can add to this, but I think it looks pretty sweet. I guess maybe we could add lighting. Oh, what are you doing there? We could add some lighting in there, maybe like we did with the Equa stables. But I think that's definitely added a little bit of decoration. I haven't already done at the back here. I think visitors aren't really going to go up here. We may even block this off a little bit because we have a very dangerous cliff here, and we don't want people falling off when they're wandering around. So this bit's probably going to be reasonably out of bounds. Okay. Unfortunately, that red paint has come through on those foundations at the bottom, but because, again, it's the back, we're not really going to have many visitors up at this point, so we don't need to worry too much about the decorations for this area. But I think what we have done looks pretty good. So you have to let me know what you think about the colour scheme, about this green on here, whether it looks right or not. It is a real shame that those walls are kind of effectively invisible as far as the game's concerned. It kind of ruins it a little bit, but there's really nothing I can do. I mean, I could take all the walls away and leave the kind of the gap, but I can't take them away until I've taken the foundations away. So I think it's just going to have to stay like that. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, I think we've run out of time. I was hoping to get another enclosure done, but I guess maybe I'll do another live stream. If you did join me on Friday when I did the live stream, I just updated some of the old enclosures, and maybe I can do that again. There are definitely some more that need doing. If you like that sort of thing, make sure you let me know, and I'll likely do it. Let's just quickly add one of these in here, just to kind of stick it in between those two benches. Oh no, that's gone right through. Oh, okay. I'll sort that out later. I will get rid of that one. But yeah, anyway, for now, that is going to be all. I want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll come back next weekend for more here at Shredder Zoo. And don't forget to check out all during the week as well for my other games, like the Ragnarok series if you like mutations. That's a survival series, that's very different from this one. And also check out The Journey Down. It's a really fun point-and-click adventure game I'm playing at the moment. It doesn't get a lot of attention, and I really would appreciate some more views and comments on those videos as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next weekend. Goodbye.